over the China Sea. Sing me a melody from ages ago. In a twilight world, watching the sampans pass, I fill a frosty glass as lanterns burn low. Life is a changing panorama. Love is a dancing butterfly. Catch them both while we may. Come to Spain or Cathay. I don't want to miss that will-o'-the-wisp passing by. Life is holding out a twilight world. Don't let it slip away. Come take it while we may and make it begin. Let's find our twilight world before the night sets in. is a changing panorama. And love is a dancing butterfly. Catch them both while we may. Come to Spain or Cathay. I don't want to miss that will-o'-the-wisp passing by. Life is holding out a twilight world. Don't let it slip away. Come take it while we may, and make it begin. Let's find our twilight world before the night sets in. Before the night sets in. Sunshine, smiling on me, I'm on cloud nine. No complaints, dare even come to mind. You'll find me dancing in the crowd, working, thankful to do what I love, and countless blessings come with no end in sight. This is what life is all about, and it only gets better, and it only gets better, and it only gets better. Loving the life I'm living, trading nothing. Family, friends, and fans supporting a dream that gets realer all the time. Feels like something special's almost inside. 3, 2, 1, ready to take flight. Don't think I'm ever coming down, and it only gets better, only gets better, and it only gets better. I've come too far, moving forward, keep it going. It's my moment, y'all. I've come too far, moving forward, keep it going. It's my moment, y'all. Change this feeling to high and nothing bring me down. Change this feeling to high and nothing bring me down.
What are you doing the rest of your life? North and south and east and west of your life. I have only one request of your life. that you spend it all with me. All the seasons and times of your day, all the nickels and the dimes of your day. Let the rhythm and the rhymes of your days all begin and end with me. I want to see your face in every kind of light, in fields of gold and forests of the Nile. And when you stand before the candles on a cake, let me be the one to hear the silent wish you made. Those tomorrows waiting deep in your eyes, in a world of love you keep in your eyes. I'll awaken what's asleep in your eyes. It may take a kiss or two. Through all of my life, summer, winter, spring, and fall of my life, all I ever will recall of my life is all of my life with you.
Do you want to dance? Come on and dance with this old school brother. Yeah, guaranteed to make you dance. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Ooh wee, my. All started in the 80s. We told DJ play funky music, please. Back in the day, I did not know how far the passion would make me go. Now 30 years, Lord, have passed, but the funky melody still lasts. So if you feel me, from Paris to Muskogee, younger and elder, who and richer, got a record
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is now time for the Indie Live Spot right here on your station GHP Radio, your independent music source.
need to entertain myself. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on air live right now. You just got through hearing some great music. You just got through hearing a track from our music guests. We'll be talking with Mr. Charles Prophet Jr. in the house. And just got through hearing the title track, Love and Sex. And there's more selections here in just a moment. But we're going to actually talk with Riz and Joyce is out this week.
On a gig.
Yeah, she's doing a gig this week. So,
yeah, the one where Kirk Whalum is at.
yeah.
I need to be there.
Exactly.
Man, I need to be on the gig too.
You know. But sir, Charles, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
On the show.
Yeah. Music's
Music
on.
and amazing.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. I'm so humbled. I'm so happy that you guys enjoy it. You know, I definitely wanted to put something together that I could be proud of, and definitely spent a lot of time on it. So, and I'm just glad that it's being received the way it's being received.
Mm-hmm. Well, I definitely believe it's going to be it's gonna do some things, because it's really nice, and I'm just really surprised that it's your debut, man. It sounds like you've been doing this thing for a long time. Sounds good.
I've been playing for a long time, but this is my very first release. I got great help from great musicians from here in Detroit. My producer Jeff Kennedy definitely put me in a position to win. So I'm doing everything I can to try to make sure that we can push this along and get it so people can hear it and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Well, real quick before the chat keeps going, Henry Mixon, that's in the chat room, he says, hello, Charles.
Hello, Henry. How are you?
That way he'll know that I read that to you.
Yeah, I appreciate Henry for listening in.
Yeah. He goes, I got a front row seat.
Yes. Front row seat to the gig. This is the gig.
Well, since we just heard Love and Sax, I love the whole CD, because you have 8 tracks on that CD, and they're all amazing. Mm-hmm. But this one just sounds very, very, sexy kind of, vibe to it. What inspired you to do this particular track? I mean, what was the story behind it?
So my producer, Jeff Kennedy, he actually wrote 7 of the 8 songs. Mm-hmm. This was a song that he had originally written for someone else. And for whatever reason, they never solidified the agreement. So it was, he never took the song. So mm-hmm. he hit me up one evening, and he was like, he was like, I got this song, I wrote for, someone else. He was like, I think it'd be good for the project. And he said, listen to it and let me know what you think. So he sent me the track. I listened to it, and I was like, okay, no, that's like, grown and sexy, so, so, we came in and we went to the studio on the track, and I think he still had to build the track out. I think he just had it kind of like in a raw demo form. So they went in and did the track, and we went in and laid it down and kind of came up with, how it is now, some of the ad libs and stuff going on at the end. Some of that stuff was by accident.
Yeah. It's usually the best ones.
But it came out great. It came out great. Jeff is an amazing producer, and he got some great music of his own as well. So.
Okay. Now, did he produce the whole collection, or did you have some other producers on it as well, or or was it just?
Nope, he produced everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just me and him working together.
Nice. Y'all did a great job on that, man. Really did.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, he was just so easy to work with. It was just a nice flow, you know, especially for my first one. It just worked real well together.
Yeah.
So
being this is your first one, what took you so long?
To get to where this
my next question. So long.
That is a good question. You know, as you go through the trials and tribulations of life, you know, you get to points where you feel like it's time. And I got to a point where I felt like it was time. Yeah. And things just came together. When I started, I was just working around the city and you know, just playing in bars and clubs and weddings and, you know, freelancing and doing this stuff. I was having an amazing time playing with great musicians. Yeah. And I wanted something different. I wanted to be more than I thought I was. I thought I deserved more than that. So so my plan was to, you know, maybe put out a record and, you know, kind of set myself apart from maybe some of the other musicians that was, you know, getting some notoriety. Right. So I wanted to, you know, elevate myself in that sense. Wasn't necessarily looking to be like, you know, like I'm out in front now. You know, that wasn't the plan for me. Right. You know, I just wanted to take it to the next level. You know, and thankfully, you know, Love and Sax put me in a place to, you know, to be able to do that.
Well, now, Charles, it's your time to, since you got this record out there now, it's time for you to put together a little ensemble and start getting out there performing to yourself instead of playing with other folks.
Yeah, you're right, and I'm actually working on that now. A lot of the personnel that well, first of all, I have a lot of great musicians here that I call on, that I work with here, and I'm definitely gonna be calling on them to put some things together. Like I said, I'm working with Anna to get some dates out of town, so hopefully I can be coming to a city near you and all of your wonderful listeners very soon. But yeah, I'm actually going to do a Detroit date here very soon, probably in October. I'm about to solidify the date here in the next couple of days, and it's time to step from the you know, the side man to the front man. It's definitely that time. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the stories you hear from, you know, vocalists when the ones that do the backgrounds all the time. They want to come up to the front, finally do their own thing, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Then once they're in the background, they may get the head every now and then.
I think most vocalists want to be in the front. You know, I think that's I think you have to have a certain level of what's the word I want to use? You would have to have a certain level of vainness. You just have to be kind of vain about your. I think as a musician, you have to have a certain level of vainness about you if you're gonna go out and stand in front of people and say, look at me while I play this, or sing this, or do this. So you kind of got to have that about yourself a little bit. So I feel like all singers, and I love my singers. Don't get me wrong, I love my singers, but it's some of the most vain people you gonna meet. I love them. I love them. It's cool. It's something cool about that too. At the same time, you know, you know, some people might say it's confidence. You just confident in yourself, but a little bit of that is just being vain. Like, look at me.
You're right. They stuck on themselves. Sure about that. They think they better than sliced bread.
But you got to, if you're gonna stand up here and say, "Look at me sing," you got to have a little bit of that. And you know, the best singers, they don't necessarily like, to me, like, I love. It's a video of Luther. I think he over in Europe. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's like a live show. and there's him and his 4 singers. And, you know, like when you see a lot of live shows, you see the singer up front, and then you got the band behind them, and you got the singers off to the side a little bit. But with this show, you don't even see the band. You just see him and his singers, and they all on stage. And I think that, like, that is amazing. You know what I mean? Where he, you know what I mean? Because it's not all about him at that point. It's like we get this whole package.
Yeah.
You know? It's like it's an amazing thing. So like when we as musicians, and I think we all need to learn. That's like to me, that's something that we all can learn from. When you can not make the show about you, but make it about an event or an experience that you giving your crowd. You know, that's going to elevate you way more than just standing out there like, you know, look at what I'm doing, you know.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. It definitely does. Now, looking back, man, coming up and stuff, your background as far as that goes, how did you become a sax player? How did that all get started for you?
Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this long story a shorter story, but because it's kind of like where it was a fate thing for me. Because originally I didn't want to play saxophone. I wanted to be a drummer. My uncle was a drummer, and in his basement, he had his drum set up in front of his stereo. He had like this component stereo with his records, and you know, he'd be listening. You know, my uncle, he's like I think he just turned 60. So in the early 80s, you know, he's listening to Maze and you know, whenever I hear Maze, I think about him. So Maze and Parliament and the Cat Band and Rick James. Like every time I hear Rick James or any of those artists, I think about my uncle, because this is stuff that he'd be playing in his basement, and he'd be playing the drums. And so after a while, I started doing it, and I was doing it. So so fast forward, 6th grade, 1991. Towards the end of the day, you know, they had the announcements or whatever, and so they said, if you're interested in band, come on down to the band room, and you know, you can enter in band, you know, or orchestra or choir. So I'm like, hey, I've been playing drums, I'm ready. Like, I go down there, so I meet the band instructor. His name was Damian Crutcher. Great teacher. Great human being, great person. I go down there and I'm like, hey, I heard the announcement. I'm down here to join the band. He's like, okay, so have you been playing the instrument? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah, what you been playing? I was like, I've been playing drums. I'm good. He was like, have you played in school or took private lessons? I was like, no, you know, my uncle got some drums. I've been playing. I'm like, I'm ready. He's like,
like down there beating the drums.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm ready. He's like, nah. He's like, I got too many drummers. He was like, man. Nah. Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. So I'm like, okay. So I'm down here and I'm like, well, now what? So he like, so he looking at me. So he said, well, you know, if you want to be in, you can still be in band. I just don't need any more drummers. So is there anything else you want to play? And I'm like, well, not really. So he said, well, look in the band room and look around there and see if it's any instruments you want to play. So I can look at the band room, and there's like 1 million kids in here. Yeah. And half of the 1 million kids was drummers. So I see what he was talking about. There's the whole back and forth with drummers. I was like, man, they must have got a busload. But anyway, so I'm looking at all the instruments. Automatically, I can't play flute or clarinet because all the flute and clarinet players were girls. Now, you know, in 6th grade, you don't need this kind of
rep.
Right.
You don't need that kind of rep.
Yeah, this 6th grade, new school, you know. So, so then I left the trumpets and the saxophone, like brass. So my cousin had a trumpet. My lips too big. I was like, I could not play this trumpet to save my life. So I was like, it's true. I could not play no trumpet. These anyway. So I was like, I'm like, I could play saxophone. I can see myself playing saxophone. That'd be cool. Because I used to, I'd be listening to my father's records, Grover Washington. I like that. James Brown. Yeah. I was like, I could be Maceo.
There you go.
So I'm like, okay, so yeah, I want to play the saxophone. So he was like, okay, well, let me see if I got one I can loan you from the school. So I'm like, all right, bet. So for maybe a week and a half, I go down there every day. You got that saxophone? You got that saxophone? So I guess he got tired. He was like, look, we ain't got no saxophones, man. I ain't got no more. I thought I had some. We ain't got none. So then again, I'm like, okay, well, what I'm gonna do now? So he's like, look, just go home, tell your mama you want to get a saxophone from Royal Music. Then you can rent you one for $100 a month. This and that. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking to myself, my parents ain't gonna give me no saxophone. Every time I ask for something, they tell me how much bills they got, how much the light bill was this month. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna try it. So I go home from school, and then my mother's like, well, how was your day? I'm like, blase this, blase that. I'm trying to join the band. I need a saxophone. Will you take me to get a saxophone? So she was like, yeah, okay. So I'm like,
so where'd that come from?
Right. So
no
from
bills
that,
you gotta pay there.
it was all good then. So from that day forward, I played.
Potato, they put holes in the potatoes and blow it like a flute and stuff like that. Saxes,
right?
Potatoes like that.
Right, yeah. No, I wasn't trying to play no potato. I'm trying to get this saxophone. So that's how I started playing saxophone. Awesome. By default.
Okay.
Right.
That's good.
It's probably the best thing that happened to me.
Don't get it for you, huh?
Right. No, I didn't. But I think probably in hindsight they probably appreciate me playing saxophone a lot more than them drums.
Mm-hmm.
Because I practiced a lot.
Oh yeah. The drum's a little bit louder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
My grandfather got a set of drums, small set of boy. I'm talking about he just be beating. I'm just trying to show. So now, if you're gonna beat it, you beat it with a tap, flam, and a roll. This is how you play the drum. When you get a good beat in there, hit them cymbals. One a couple of times.
Right.
That's all.
Right. Nah, you down there trying to make all the records you can, boy. Boy,
you think he be raising hell on them drums?
Oh yeah. That's how I used to feel. I thought I was about to be on tour. I thought I was about to be playing drums for the Gap Band. Or at least Maze. At least Maze. I had some of the I had Maze down to it. Look, we are one. I thought I was about to be right.
My brother told me a story the other day. He told me that Frankie Beverly was hitchhiking, and Leonard Lane and somebody else gave him a ride. Really? He had the guitar on him and gave him a ride up to the the Concho, what is that thing up the Cherokee?
Oh yeah.
And 40 and let him out there.
Oh,
and he hitchhiking to California.
Is that right?
Yeah, Trick told me that. He said that's what happened with Leonard and somebody else had met Frankie Beverly.
Huh.
Hitchhiking back in the day.
Back in the day. Yeah, that's back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah,
well, I tell you what,
that's crazy.
Before we move on and talk some more about your story, man, let's go into another track. Let's go into Grinding in the Motor City. Man, tell us about that track before we go into it.
Grinding in the Motor City is another great track produced and written by Jeff Kennedy. I believe this was the fourth song we did together. Just like the other tune, he was like, I got a song for you. And so once again, he let me hear it, but it was in raw form. Oh. So it was just like a demo. So I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds all right. Yeah, let's try it. So when he went, so him and the band would go in and lay the track down first, and then we would go in and do all the horn parts behind it. And so once he laid the track down, he sent it to me. I was like, oh, yeah, this is it right here. I was like, oh man, I might sell some records. You know, we come up with some more tunes like this. So yeah, grinding in the Motor City. It was originally we had a generic name for it. And after we finished it and I listened to it, I would listen to it on my way into work in the morning, and it was almost like how I would start my day a lot of days. And to me, it just felt like it was just carrying me on my way, on the grind, you know, just on this way. And I just thought about, you know, as I drive in, you know, being here in the Motor City, you know, we all driving in, we all commuting to work, you know, for the most part, you know, it's not like how it would be in New York or something like that. You know, we all riding in, we all, you know, we you know, up early in the morning, you know, trying to get our minds right to go into the job place. And so for me, I was like, man, this is almost like, it was almost like an anthem, you know, for everybody that just grinding it out every day. So it was almost like my almost me tipping my hat to everybody else that's trying to push forward, pushing out a project or a book or a screenplay or a video or anything that, you know, someone may be working passionately on. You know, that was the whole idea behind naming that Grinding in the Motor City.
All right, man. Sounds nice, man. Okay, well, we're going to let our listeners check it out, and then we'll come right back and talk some more right here on the Indie Live spot. So y'all keep it locked right here, and we'll be right back.
go give birth to Amazon.
And they're gonna charge you shipping and handling.
And right, the delivery is gonna be part of your shipping and handling fee.
Right.
Like, yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and you just got through hearing some more selections from the Love and Sax collection from our music guest, Mr. Charles Prophet Jr. And that was you just got through actually hearing the track Better Days, and then before that you heard Grinding in the Motor City. So very nice, man. Very nice. Sounded
Thank
great.
you so much.
Yes, sir.
Who did the vocals on Better Days?
Better Days vocals was done by Kenny Watson.
Nice.
Another cat here from the city of Detroit, man. Great singer, great musician. Yeah, he went in and did a great job on those vocals. I was like, yeah. Like, yeah.
That's on the money.
Yeah. Yeah, Better Days. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just about to say that Henry Mixon just really loved the Better Days song.
Oh yeah, that's actually one of my favorite tunes on the project. After we did it and kind of got everything back, because once we did it in the studio, everything wasn't complete. It was it's the studio process.
Right.
So I didn't really get to hear what the complete song until after the mix and master, because there was parts of the song that was missing from the session. When we did the session, we just had the just the main stuff, the drums, bass, and stuff like that. And then but it's actually stuff going on in the song, like different sense and lines and stuff that's going on. So I didn't hear all that stuff until after we got it mixed and mastered. And once I heard it, then I was like, yeah. I was like, this song is getting down. Yeah. But I feel like Better Days was an amazing tune. While it's not necessarily speaking to anything specific, I just feel like in our current climate here in the country, I just feel like Better Days is you have to be focused on the better days that you feel are coming, and it is, and really any kind of adversity or any time in your life when you're going through something and you down, you just gotta know it's just part of life. That the better days are coming. You don't get stuck on what's going on now, no matter how bad it is. Or,
right. Yeah.
But man, it came out nice. It really did.
Appreciate it. I appreciate that.
Like I said, when I heard all the selections, it was like I said, the whole CD is like the kind, man, you put in and let that thing just play through. You know what I'm saying? You don't
have to skip any over the tracks. It's just gonna play it all the way through.
You just let it go, man. That's how good it is. So you should be very, very proud of your first debut, man.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much.
That's next, isn't it? We've got your release.
Do what, man?
You say what?
When are you gonna have your CD release party? Since this is your first.
Since this is my first. So I released the CD on June 29th, and I wanted to have an event that kind of coincided with it and all this other stuff. And I just couldn't get the venue and the date and everything lined up. So like I said, I'm working on that now. I think I got a venue, and we're looking at a couple dates in October. So I'm hoping mid-October, we'll be able to put joints live. It's gonna be an amazing evening. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be live.
What you ought to do, Charles, what you really need to do, get somebody to video and put it out there on YouTube.
I am in the work of doing that too.
Think about that, man, because like I said, if people start seeing you on there and seeing, how I want to say it. You can build up a clientele through that medium also.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Video is super important now. Just in marketing yourself online. You know, the internet has changed music, you know, like altogether. Technology. I mean, obviously, you know, we all here on Skype having an interview, you know what I mean? So, you know, and it's so different now. And I agree that video would be amazing. And I've already talked to a videographer. Once I set the date in, I'm gonna set him in and definitely try to have some video of the show so I can have it out here and share for everybody to see it.
Yeah, don't clip it. Don't put no clips in there. Show the video.
The whole event.
You know, the whole event.
Because you're not going to be streaming it live. It's going to be filmed, and then you can put it on YouTube.
Right.
For the rest of
it might be some live streams, but I definitely want to do a like a professional, like a real clear professional video. So, you know,
I'd like to see that. I won't be able to be there, but I would love to see it.
Right. Well, see, so hopefully I can put some clips up and get some interest, and maybe someone to have me fly out to Dallas.
There you go.
Man, but
you get a whole cow away, they ain't gonna buy it.
Now,
if I put the whole cow out there, they ain't gonna buy it. You gotta put like a little.
That's right.
like the steaks, like the ribeye, and show.
you know, it's the same thing, but you know, I'm confident. I'm confident in it, and you know, all this stuff take time. It's a steady build, and I'm definitely gonna have some video from the event. I'm put it out there, and I'm gonna definitely try to use that to secure some dates so I can get closer to Dallas and LA and Miami and you know, Jamaica.
Oh yeah, man.
Nice.
Just thinking about all warm places. Miami, Dallas. And it'd be cold in Michigan. It'd be cold in Michigan during the winter. I'm trying to find some places to go where it ain't no snow. I done seen enough snow. I had 38 years of snow. I want to see no more.
I don't blame you.
I don't blame you.
Absolutely.
Well, next month, what is it? What is this? Next month, y'all gonna start getting cold around in September, right?
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it don't be playing either. Like it stay nice. September be okay, but as soon as you cross into October, you know it. It's like, yeah, you know it. You know. I don't know if you ever been in Detroit, when you driving, like if you driving north on one of the streets, when you cross 8 Mile, 8 Mile is the divider from Detroit to the suburbs. Once you cross 8 Mile, you in the northern suburbs, whether it's Oak Park or Southfield or Ferndale or Royal Oak. So, but once you cross 8 Mile, you know you done cross into the suburbs. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how October is here. When it get October, like you still might have a couple of good days in October, but it's like you wake up a couple of days, you be like, oh,
yeah, it's coming. It's here.
It was 80 yesterday. It's only 60.
We had a friend. He moved to North Carolina.
Yeah,
Terry Tuck.
Okay, yeah, Terry Tuck.
He moved to North Carolina. After he got there about a year, here comes some hurricanes.
See, now that's the other thing. So that's the other thing we don't really deal with here in Detroit is a lot of those bad storms. Like we get a couple bad thunderstorms.
Right.
We had a tornado here maybe about 20 years ago, and I mean we get little stuff here and there. I don't want to, but yeah, we don't get those that weather, that some of that stuff y'all be getting like that.
Just get the snow.
Yeah, we just get the snowstorms, We might get a foot or two of snow, and can't go nowhere. But you know, it ain't no hurricane and no tornado.
now where Gary's at? Gary gonna see all seasons.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna see summer, winter, spring, and fall.
This is true.
In Texas, we're gonna see summer.
Nice.
We're gonna see spring. Did we see spring? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we saw some spring. We had spring really nice this year.
And like I said, we see winter. Winter might well just still be spring because it's not really that cold here.
We
Right.
get cold maybe 2 weeks, and that's it.
Okay. But
Yeah, that's what I need in my life. That's what I need in my
Just 2
life.
weeks of cold, and that's it.
Yeah. See, if I could deal with summer and spring. Like some people say, oh no, I like the 4 seasons and seeing the leaves change color. Nah, forget that.
You may like Florida, but man, like I said, yes, if you want to go to Florida, you can go down there. And, you know, it's nice all year round, but man, it may rain 2 seconds, boy, and it's hot.
Right.
Hot.
I can deal with the heat. I can deal with the heat because
that can be down through there. That's a bad heat, boy.
You think so? You think it's worse? It's worse than Dallas?
No, it's worse than Florida.
That's what I'm saying. You saying it's worse in Florida than it is in Dallas?
I think so.
I never been. I heard it was a different.
It's more drier.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it'd be.
And things like that, man. You know, we was down there doing July. Man, I would never go back down there in the summertime. No way. Plus, I used to look at the snow. Never.
Say down there roasting.
Yeah, man, I like that. Now, I was in Atlanta one year, and boy, it was so cold. I was telling Keith, I said, boy, it is cold out here. Different kind of cold. You put on the guardrail, you put your hand on, your fingers will stick to it. That's how cold it was.
Oh man.
Man, you know.
Lips got chapped for the first time ever.
That's right.
And he was saying that he needed to get some. He didn't say chapstick. He called it lip chap.
I had to get some chapstick, a lip chap, because my lips never get chapped up.
Lip chap. That's the new product.
You had to actually chap your lips.
Right.
I had to buy some of that to keep my lips, you know, from cracking and all that. I never had to do that.
Yeah, and it don't really be that cold in Atlanta. It don't be cold. I think Atlanta is a lot like Dallas, where it's only cold for a little bit, and then it's just hot.
They was out. It was cold down there. Let's see. That was back in 2015. Yeah, it was about 15 when I was down there, and I just went back there a couple of weeks ago, and they've been having a lot of rain, but it was nice and cool and wasn't hot. You know, the weather was nice. I wasn't sweating like a Hebrew slave.
That was just wrong, dude. That was crass. Okay.
Hey, you was sweating like a big dog then.
I wasn't sweating
down there working.
See, too bad Lord B's not in the chat room right now, because he would still be calling you, the almost tall man, and then he'd be getting into the chat saying that how you just kind of had to, slide yourself over it out of your caddy. Yeah, it's different kind of world. Just like I said, getting to see all the seasons. He'll see snow, he'll see ice. Mm-hmm. Then he'll see hot. Mm-hmm. He'll see the spring, which is nice, and he'll see the fall, which is gonna be nice. Now, like today, what is the day here? I think it's in about 70. It's 77 today here.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
For a change, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
that's
for me,
nice.
it's 84.
So it's been like that for the last couple of days. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 84 here. It's 84 here in Detroit. So I'm just trying to enjoy all these.
My area.
But I tell you, boy, it get hot here like fish grease.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I know. That's why I like it. That's why I need to have me a summer place. And then, you know what I'm saying, come down to like, you know, Dallas or somewhere in the winter. Yeah, in the winter, and then come back here in the summer. That's what I need. Because that winter ain't right.
You better go ahead and go through Quicken Loan and get you a place down here.
Right. I might have to do that. I might have to do that.
Man, you want to come, but nobody else don't want to come, huh?
Struggle. That's a struggle. The struggle of life. So that all that lets me know is it's not time yet. So I got to make sure I finish up what I need to do here, and then when it's time, the opportunity will present itself.
Well, that's understandable now.
That's the way it works.
It's just like I tell my wife. I said, well, my plan was to go to DC to see the African Museum and stuff like that, and she couldn't make up her mind to go or what. I said, okay. Then I get the email said we have a family reunion on the 3rd. They said I got it on the 13th of last month, so this is such and such a day. I said, shoot, I'd rather go down there and spend time with the family and stuff. So they want to go there. I said, well. I got my two brothers, my grandson. We all went down there. Like I said, if nobody don't want to go, I'm taking off. I'm taking off.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I need me a winter spot
and a summer spot.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you was down there before. You saw it, right? You like what? That was the first time you was here.
Yeah, that was the first time. Yeah, that was the first time I had actually made it to Dallas. Surprisingly, because I was touring with a band out of Chicago a few years ago, and we hit like most of the major cities. But Dallas was one of the cities we never got into. So, but I got to see a lot of the country touring with them. So
yeah. Speaking of, who was the band? What was the name of the band that you were touring with?
So the name of the band was Lubriphonic, out of Chicago, Illinois, and they how can I describe their music? So the music, the band was put together by a drummer and a guitarist, Rick King, and Giles Corey, and they were from the blues scene. So they was playing with like Coco Taylor and like Buddy Guy, and like and other stuff. There's another cat, Vance Kelly, I think is his name, another guy they used to play with out there. But they were like on the blues scene heavy. So
you just hit most of the chitlin circuit. Yeah. So they was playing, blues on horses, stuff like that. So they put this band together, and then they got some cats. They got the bass player. He was kind of like out of the gospel world, and then they got like a keyboard player and a couple other cats from like the jazz world. So the composition were kind of all sounded like that. They sounded real. They was like real, just and they just had this bluesy feel with like some nice improv on top, and like just a good, the bass player, Panal, he had a PJ, he had a great feel playing. So we had like a nice little vibe. But we got a chance to, we got from LA all the way to Boston. We was in the band, and we got into Colorado a lot. I got to see a lot of Colorado, which is nice. We got out to San Fran. Huh? Did you catch the snow in the Mountain High?
Lord, give me strength.
Oh my goodness.
So, I don't know.
Anyway.
I had to tell this story to y'all later, but man, Colorado is a good time. That's all I'm gonna say. Colorado is a good time. That's all I'm gonna say. Colorado was beautiful. It was beautiful. It's kind of crazy. Denver, because we did Denver, and then we started getting back into like some of the ski towns, you know, Breckenridge and Aspen, and you know, some of those towns. And it's like, you know, I probably would never seen any of that stuff if it had been for those opportunities, you know. So, you know, it's definitely nice to get out here and see the country. Man. The country is huge. It's beautiful. It's different. You know. It's
now, when you guys went out on your tour and stuff, did y'all play? Did y'all have like other groups and stuff that y'all toured with, or was it just y'all were the main show, and then you moved city to city? I mean, did you like play on like with some festivals or share the stage with other groups and stuff?
We did a lot of festivals. We paired up with some different bands from time to time. We paired up with this band called Yo Mama's Big Fat Booty Band.
Wow.
Right. I forgot how they said they came up with the name of it, but they were out of North Carolina, and we opened for like some major acts. We opened up for Bruce Hornsby a couple times. We did some stuff with Trombone Shorty a couple times.
All these fellas, they come off that chicken circuit.
So yeah, so we got around. We got to do some stuff. And so yeah, we toured with some different groups and stuff. Yeah, here and there.
Cool.
So,
well, I think it's time for some more selections from your collection. So let's do that. Let's go into to some more and come back. Now we actually started from the beginning of the in order of the CD. We started out with Love and Sax, and we did Grinding in the Motor City and Better Days. So why don't you pick one for us, man? Is there something else special that you really like? I know you like them all because they're all good. Like I said, I can't
I know, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite, but I mean, do you have something really?
Oh, gee, you know it's gonna be hard for him to pick one since you know he like them all.
You know, I love all my children equally the same. Yes. I do.
Yes.
How about For You? For You was the first tune that we went in and recorded on.
Okay. Cool. Now tell us a little bit about it as well.
For You, so when I met, so me and Jeff, we did. I can't remember how it happened, but I think me and Jeff were on a gig together. And after the gig, I was telling them that I was having some trouble trying to put some individuals together to actually do this project. Because I was going to do it. I was just like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put some people together and, you know, we'll do it. And I was having some trouble. So I was telling him about it. And he was like, well, you know, I can help you out with that. And he's like, you know, if you're serious, I'll, you know, send you some information tomorrow. So I was like, okay, cool. So the next day, he sent me an email. He had a breakdown, you know, like, you know, Baze, this is that. And he was like, I think this would be a good track, and he attached this track to the email with everything, and so this wound up being the first track that we wind up working on together, and it just led the way to the rest of them.
Wow, you know what, man? This is kind of funny on my part. I made a mistake, so forgive me on it, but that track is the one we played the first of the show.
Oh really?
Yeah.
For You?
Yeah. I was looking
nice.
When I was looking up at the deal. I just now noticed that when I looked up there, I was reading the actual title off the side instead of the actual title of the track. So my bad. Man. Yeah. So that was actually the first track we kicked off. So Love and Sex we had not played yet. We're gonna actually.
No, you have played Love and Sax. No, you did play Love and Sax.
I did.
Yes.
I'm about to say that's a slow song.
In the chat room.
Well, no, that's what I'm telling you, that I made a mistake though. I thought that's
what was playing. So
that's
you
not
played For You instead of Love and Sax. Okay.
Right? Yeah. I thought that was the very first track of the CD, and that's the order that I started out with. So And that's the very first song. That's the very first song for the one that we were just talking about for you. So
guess to not play Love and Sax then, since you already played for you.
That's what I said. But I mean, it was good. I'm glad we caught that because at least you told us about that track. So for the ones that are listening and the ones who'll listen back, they'll be able to distinguish which track was really what. Between that.
Well, I'm gonna leave the way I have it posted already.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I just noticed that, man. I was like, wait a minute, I already played. That's the very first one I played. Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll do Love and Sax now.
Yeah, let's do Love and Sax.
Yeah, and then I'll come up with something else there, and then we'll come back and chit chat some more with you. So
okay, for sure.
So listeners, get ready, check some more of this good music, and we'll be back with our guest, Mr. Charles Prophet Jr. right here on the Indie Live spot. So y'all keep it locked. We're right here.
right too. You're right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and that was some more good music from our guest, Mr. Charles Prophet Jr. And in fact, that was called Saturday Nights, and then before that you heard Anything, and then we actually played Love and Sax. And it was actually featuring, tell me if I'm saying the name right, is it Elise Cooper?
Olive. Yeah, Olive Cooper.
Olive Cooper.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a great musician here from Detroit. He's a keyboardist, pianist. He actually has his own band here as well called the 313 Experience. 313 is actually the area code used for Detroit. Yeah. So he named his band the 313 Experience. They are absolutely an amazing group of musicians in their own right, and they come together and form this incredible band. And I'm just happy that he was able to do the session. Mm-hmm. And that tune, I think that tune came out very well.
Yeah,
very well.
Smooth, man. It was really nice, and it sounded really good with you both together. Doing the thing. So yeah,
mm-hmm.
Really
for sure.
Nice.
For sure.
Cool. Well, we are back, and of course, I know the listeners enjoying the music and everything. So, before time gets away, we need you to tell our listeners where they can actually, get your music, and then how they can actually just kind of follow you wherever, whether it's social media or whether it's your website or whatever you have to offer our listeners. Let them know where they can actually keep up with you.
Of course. I'm on all the. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I have a website, CharlesProphetJr.com. Charles Prophet, PROPHET, JR.com. If you go there, you can see all my social media hits and everything. But on Facebook, you can just Google Charles Prophet Jr. I should come up. If you search for me on Instagram, I'm like C Prophet Jr. And I believe I'm C Prophet Jr. Also on Twitter. But if you just search Charles Prophet Jr., even if you just do a Google search for Charles Prophet Jr., you should see a lot of my links and things will start to pop up. My music is available on all of the digital platforms: Google Play, Apple Music, iTunes, Tidal, Spotify. Wherever else you can listen to music, they're all there. I'm also on Bandcamp. I'm on SoundCloud. I got a page on Reverb Nation. So I just try to be wherever you are.
Yes.
If you somewhere, I want to be there too.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Because I want y'all to listen. I really do. Let me see if I can get closer to this. I want y'all. I want y'all to listen. But yeah, you can Google me. But if you go to my website, you can see a lot of my links to all my other social media. Once again, CharlesProphetJr.com. And the page is updated. It should be good. It should work. Last time I checked it worked the other day, so it should be good.
Hopefully it's already up and running.
Yes, it's up and running.
Now, I noticed you are a junior, so are your family, as far as that goes, how many people is in your family, and was there any other musical inclined family members?
So I have a younger cousin, Ariel. She's actually trying to do some things as well. She's like starting out. So I think she has a couple tunes out. And I think she has a single out right now on SoundCloud. But I have another uncle that actually works as a singer around town here.
Okay.
And I have a distant. So I don't know her personally, but I have a cousin who was in the industry. Her name is Joy. I think she was more active in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what she's doing now.
Yeah.
So, but I have a close family here in Detroit. I'm probably a little more closer to my mom's side.
Yeah.
And they've been very supportive, and they've definitely shown me a lot of love and support. All my family. I got family obviously here in Detroit. I got a lot of family in Nashville. I got some family in Atlanta, Virginia, all down there. So they definitely supported me. Also, send a shout out to my cousin Carolyn. She actually sent me some things for me and my daughter. She and gave me a congratulations on the record. So yeah, everyone's been very, very supportive of my endeavors, and I appreciate them. Because family could be your worst critic sometimes. They tear you down real quick.
Yeah. And sometimes,
what you doing that for?
Right, yeah. Especially those, I hate it when they, if it's like trying to discourage you from doing it. But I do like if you have family members, because do have family members will, just because they love you or they like you, they won't tell you the truth. If your music's good or not, but then you have some that will tell you the truth, so that's always good too.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of the gift and the curse. It's like you want people to tell you the truth, but you want people to support you too. It's like a fine line. So it's definitely. But yeah, they definitely have always supported me. They've come out and seen me play from time to time. Like I said, I used to work a lot as a musician, as a sideman. Do a lot of dates. So they wouldn't be able to make it to all the dates, but they've definitely come out and see me when they could. So yeah, it was great. So, but nobody else in the industry, nobody else. Like I wish I had some like that musical family. That's not the case.
Okay. So you're gonna start that legacy.
Yeah, I hope so.
That come out and get you a 9 to 5, huh?
Yeah. Well, I've had one just to really just kind of pad the just pad the income, because it is. I mean, I did it. I worked as a musician and had that be my primary thing. And I don't know. For me, at where I was at then, the job worked better for me then. You know what I mean? Now I'm trying to transition from that and try to get this to, be my primary. You know what I'm saying? But until I do, I gotta go punch that clock.
Yeah. Hey, we understand that. Definitely. Definitely. Especially when you're independent, man. You gotta do all you can. You're right.
Oh man, independent is crazy. Independent is crazy. You independent for real. Yes. Like all your decisions.
Yep.
And for in any way, a lot of people, whether they're independent or not, are independent, because the same thing that worked for one person not gonna work for the next person.
Right.
So,
exactly.
And that's what makes it even more difficult to talk to musician friends of mine and ask them, like, what worked for you. And all the information is good, but the things that work for them might not work for you. They can tell you some things to watch out for, or who to avoid, and things to, try to gravitate to. But, the same things that, it might take someone 6 CDs to get on, where it might take some people 1 or 2, or some people might not never make it, for whatever reason, so.
That's right.
And then people's level of commitment sometimes are different as well. Yes. People might think they're committed, and then until they see what it really takes. Right. Like I had no idea. When I started, like it took me 4 years. It took me 4 years to record this.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what I was embarking on. All I knew was. I wanted to take it to the next level. I wanted to have something that I could build off of and create from. And the industry, like making the music is, I don't want to say that's the easy part, but if you surround yourself with good people, that's the easy part. If you got good people telling you the truth and giving you good advice, you know, and if you work hard, that's the easy part. Now, once you get to the industry, you know, the industry for me, looking at it, it's a lot about contacts and knowing people and having those people behind you, you know, giving you that support, which is really, I guess, is really a lot like life. You know what I mean? You know, it don't matter how good you are at something. If don't nobody know, then you're gonna be right wherever you at.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
Yep. So a lot of that is predicated on, you know, just having those contacts and being relentless with just, you know, just getting out here and putting yourself out here.
You're right. You're definitely right. You know, and it's kind of, in the way that everything's changed, like you said. You know, the industry's changed. You know, with the internet and all that stuff. You know, everybody's doing it. Pretty much, really, you know, to be honest, you know, the record labels, they're not really like how they used to be anyway, because, you know, they're, in a sense, almost becoming independent. It's kind of almost flipping. It's kind of almost flipping in a sense, you know, and so, so everybody's kind of, you know, doing their own thing. But, you know, it's interesting. This morning, I just happened to find a thread on Facebook. Miss Sandy Shore, you know, smoothjazz.com, she came on and she was talking about by 2020 she wants to try to like get everybody in the industry to do away with the physical content, like the CDs, you know, all the plastic jewel cases and all that stuff. So, you know, everybody, you know, everything is uploadable, downloads and digital stuff now. And so basically, to make a long story short, she was just kind of like saying, you know, why don't everybody kind of get together and just move to the next level? Because, you know, the CDs, they're still there, the physical CDs are still there, but, you know, most people just sell those at shows or, you know, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say that a lot of artists, I think that's the only reason why they print CDs up, so they can make some extra money at their shows. And kind of capture. And then I think people like buying from the artist there, and you get, you know,
get personal
autographs,
right?
Like that.
That way you can, you know, autographs and stuff like that. So pictures.
But but the CDs are going away anyway. I bought a car last year, and I don't even have a CD player in there.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
You know, it's crazy.
And you can't even. And I don't know about where you guys go, but I mean, I remember being a youngster here, and you know, we had like, you know, you go to the mall, you can go to a CD store, you had like Blockbuster Music here. I don't know if y'all had the Blockbuster Music, you go in there and listen to it. But now, you know, other than Best Buy,
right?
You know, like where can you go and buy a CD if you're not going to the artist directly, or if you're not like, you know, I mean, you could go to Best Buy and you can find the main, like the main cats, like your Drakes and your Whitney Houstons and your Nicki Minaj's and your Kelly Rowlands, Beyonce's. But if you're looking for Charles Prophet or you know, Terry Tuck, or, you know, any independent artist, you know, Andrew Vandal, you know, you ain't gonna find that in there. So it's almost like CDs.
There, but you know, you can still, besides Best Buy, you can also go to the military exchanges and find CDs.
Okay.
And the exchanges.
Okay. Yeah. See. And I would, you know, say I've never been in the military, so I don't even know about the military exchange. You know what I mean? So it's like if you don't, so, and that's the other thing. So like me, when I get music, I just open my phone. It's right there. You don't have to go somewhere and wonder if. I remember about 10 years ago, I had went to the store to find a CD. It had to be, maybe it was longer than 10 years ago. But I was going to a store to find a CD, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, why?
Right? Yeah, I know.
Why? You know, you know, I had drove to the store. You know, went in there. Of course, they didn't have it.
Yeah.
You know, open my phone up. It's right there. Just download it.
Yeah. You know, they have a store out here called Forever Yours, and it's a music store, records. I'm talking about vinyls, CDs. They might even still have. They probably got some 8-tracks in there, but they got everything in there that you think you might want. What's music? Independence in there too.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely live in a what they call an instant society. We want everything right now. Bam, bam, bam.
Actually, I want mine yesterday.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, you know, I sit back and I look at these cell phones, how they are. I remember I had a brick. And
a brick to your brick house or what?
A brick phone. It's
a brick to call the brick house.
Yeah. Had a brick and a pager.
And a pager.
And I was coming from San Antonio. The pager was blowing up. The phone was going off the hook. I said, "What do they want? I'm on my way to that." Look here. That pager and that phone is in somebody's field right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I threw that shit out the window.
Oh, and there goes another S-bomb. Sorry.
That was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Man, the good old days.
Yeah.
The good old days. I remember that. But I remember like in the mid 90s when everybody had pagers and the cell phones was coming up. I was like, why do people got a pager? Like I knew that I knew that the time was expensive initially, but after the price came down on the minutes, it was like, you know, that was like the end of the pager. Because it's like, why are you gonna page me for me to call you back when you could just call me? You know?
Well, yeah, that's true. You know, the pager. Yeah. You know, all the drug dealers had the pagers. Then they'll run over to the payphone and what you need.
Right. And you can't even find a payphone now.
Thank God.
That's like a novelty. Right. That's like you see a payphone now. It's like nostalgia. Like I remember going to the mall and it'd be in the center of the mall. It would be like a thing with like 10 phones on it, like a circle, like a stand. Yeah. With 10 phones on it, people be up there talking on the phone and stuff like that. You know, like late 80s. You know, they'd be up there talking on the phone. You know, right. you don't see a payphone nowhere. If your phone go out, you gotta hope to God that someone can let you use their phone.
Their phone, yep.
I know it.
Exactly.
And I would tell you, you ain't using mine. Look,
I
don't know who you call.
I got a brother like that. He may have his phone in his pocket. He gonna turn around and ask to use yours. Well, you got to be out your way. You got a phone in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, first thing, I don't want to be using up my minute. Well,
right. Well, then, you know, I don't want you using up mine either.
Hold on. Somebody at the door.
Well, we get ready to wrap it up. It's 2 minutes for the top of the hour. So, man, Charles, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show today, and we want you to come back anytime, man. And we're gonna definitely keep your music popping over here, and for sure. And if anybody happened to miss the show today, of course, you know we will have a podcast of this, a copy of the show. So we'll put that link on everybody's pages later on today, so that way you can pass it on and everything. But,
okay.
But again,
are we connected? Are we connected online?
Yes, yeah. In fact, I think me and you got connected the other night. I think it was. I think I sent you a request, and I'm not sure if you. Cause I know I sent you a request earlier this week anyway. So if you see my name, it's Gary Fuston. If you see that, that's who it would be.
Yeah, I think I did accept that.
Okay.
Oh no. Wait a minute. Let me see.
I'm not connected with you, that's for sure.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna send you one now.
Okay. Yeah, because the only thing I have is just your page, like your like your music page.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's
okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I subscribed.
Yeah, and I liked it, and that was it. But it doesn't highlight your name.
Okay, I think I just
your last name is Prophet.
Yeah. But on but my personal page is Charles Earl.
Charles Earl.
Yeah.
Okay, let me find you.
All right, Earl.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I saw you.
Yeah.
I just confirmed you.
Okay, nice.
Cool.
We are friends. Okay, there we go. All right. I see you got your guitar. Shit, I'm gonna have to listen. Man, got keyboards. What you play keyboards and guitar?
Yeah, I pretty much just do my own producing and stuff. I produce my own music and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, see that, Lord, I got something to listen to now.
And wait till
See
you
what's
do.
going on here. Yeah.
Okay, I just sent you a request.
Okay, I'm about to. Here we go. All right, bet.
Cool.
We are friends. You know what? I appreciate y'all so much for having me on and taking time out to play my tunes and listening to my tunes, and it really means a lot. I spent 4 years and trying to get this together and put it out and putting it out and exposing your art and yourself was definitely like nerve-wracking for me. So just to have it be well received, I appreciate all your compliments and everything. You don't even know like how good it feels. I appreciate it, and I hope that I see y'all online, and I definitely want to talk to y'all and reach out, man. This is probably. Cool. I definitely enjoyed myself with you guys today, so I look forward to doing it again very soon.
All right, man.
Well, all right.
I see Keith is in there.
Likewise, man.
Yeah.
We enjoyed having you on today, man.
Yeah. Before we go, are we still on?
Yeah,
we're still on the air.
Before we go, I want to send a shout out to another Detroit musician, Brandon Williams. He got another project coming out. The Love Factor. I got the shirt on now.
Okay.
And be on the lookout for that as well. Another great producer from the city here, and he got he be having some amazing talent on his stuff. I think he had Glasper on there doing some stuff. So
wow.
Look him up. Right. That's what I said. I'm like, how you do that?
Absolutely.
Hate him. But no, he amazing. So. All right, don't forget about your mans over here.
I see Charles got a little comedian. Boy, he get right up in the camera. I like that.
It's about my Miss Carlin. I wanted to be a comedian. I had an ex-girlfriend tell me she didn't think I was that funny, so I was like, well, maybe I'll just stick with the saxophone. So another one of those instances of fate that kept me on a straight and narrow with the saxophone.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm not a comedian. I just say stuff up just come off the top of my head.
That's the best stuff.
Just let it flow.
And he gets a lot of he butchers the English language, so.
I may butchers it, but I do understand the English language.
I didn't say you understood that you didn't. I just said that you butcher it.
Well, sometimes that's what you have to do.
Right. Look, as long as they know what you're talking about, it's all right.
That's all right. It's all right.
Oh, and Charles, Keith Gil Chrissy says, tell Charles I meet him on Woodward. Or maybe he said I met him on Woodward.
Okay. See, I'm gonna have to see, I'm gonna have to see, I don't even remember now. So I'm gonna have to go back. I had to go back and look at his face now. I know we friends on Facebook. On Facebook, and I see his post all the time.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna have to look now.
Yeah, because he does a show
Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jazzology.
Jazzology. Okay. Yeah.
There you go, Lord V.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I think his profile picture look a little different than like some of his real pictures, his other pictures. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you change, like for me, you change one thing, you like a different person. Like, so, like if I see y'all next time and you got some glasses on and a hat, I'd be like,
have we met before?
Right. So let's start all over.
Wait a minute. You're not the same group of individuals.
And I had this gray hair, I made Beijing it.
Right.
Cold black
Right.
hair on my head.
Right. Like if you shave your beard and then you grew a beard, I'd really be thrown off. I'd be like, oh hell no. Oh man. Oh man. Ray be looking, then Ray be talking smack the whole time. He'd be like, hey, yeah, but you don't know what's going on. You don't remember the last time?
He would too.
Remember when I call you a Muppet?
Right. I see these Muppets got a short memory span.
No, but I got a good memory though.
Yeah, that's what's up.
No,
It ain't no old timers here.
Right.
I ain't suffering from dementia. I remember.
Yeah, that's what's up. I hope so. But I'm definitely gonna remember y'all because this was amazing. I appreciate it so much.
Oh, you're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
no problem. You're welcome.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell everybody have a great weekend, and please join us next week, same time, same place. And of course, now, Riz, are we scheduled for a guest next week, or do we need to?
Not yet.
Not quite.
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna see if I can whip somebody out here. So we'll see.
Right.
Well, we'll definitely get that information out there once we close those ties. But again, we want to thank Charles for hanging out, and like I said, everybody else have a great weekend. I'm gonna pass it over to Grizz and both Ray. Let it take us out.
Go ahead,
Now she
Ray.
gonna sit and wait on me now.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like she's running something. She ain't running nothing but a shoe. Hey, y'all have a good
And
weekend.
you're not running nothing but your mouth, so go.
Woo! Griselda came back with the heat.
You got it. Mm-hmm.
Well, look at y'all have a good weekend and everything. Glad to be back, and we definitely enjoyed Charles this afternoon, and he's a little comedian himself. And,
Yeah, he's a character.
you ought to catch him on, outside of talking to everybody on the air, but behind the scenes, boy, I'm telling you, wow. See, when it first came in, I didn't even know his name. I called him Little Muffet Man,
Right. Right.
Yeah. That's who he was acting like. But y'all have a good weekend and everything, and see y'all next week.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here, for tuning in. Chat room, thank you for your support. Listeners that are anonymously listening, thank you. We will see you guys next week. Stay hydrated. Be safe out there. Have a great weekend.
All right. We'll see y'all next week, family.
Ciao.
Cut this down. Oh.